So what's going on guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at the official release of the LineageOS 15.1. So I'm just going to list out some of the features which may affect you in your day-to-day usage and just quick comparison between two of the most popular devices. One would be the Xiaomi Mi A1 and the OnePlus 5. So we will have a better idea of what LineageOS 15.1 has to offer on top of Android 8.1.0, which would be almost like the best ROM available for half a decade. So let's just take a look. So starting with the UI, there are not a lot of changes over here as they want to provide pretty much close to stock experience. So there are new updated icons, which I know it takes a bit of a time to grow on you, cause literally first of all when I saw them I seriously didn't know that whether the developer changed it or just this is how the LineageOS 15.1 looks and this is how it looks. Well, the icons are pretty weird, but once you use this phone as a daily driver, it doesn't really matter. It looks quite actually good, to be honest. Then again, as this is Android 8.1, it has wallpaper UI and then adaptive system UI. For example, you can turn it dark if you have a darker wallpaper. Then again, the wallpaper UI, for example, if you have a bright blue wallpaper like this, if you scroll down you will have a blue tint over here instead of grey. It's just normal features added for the Pixel 2 cause they have burn-in issues. But then again, just to make the colors much more interesting, if you go to settings, display, advanced, you will get a all new tab over here named as style. Now in style you can actually adjust the system style. For example, you can set it for light, dark or automatic on the time of day, which is a very nice feature. Then you can also pick out for accent colors. You have a variety of them. And then there is auto magic. So auto magic actually just picks everything for you, and I really like this how it uses the wallpaper API for it. Like, this is really a neat use of it. So let's just hit apply and there you go, it has changed. So for the Mi A1 it still stays the dark as the wallpaper is pretty dark over here, but for the OnePlus 5 it changes to the bright white as just to match with the whole wallpaper, which is a very nice Android 8.1 feature. There you go. Now both of my devices look extremely beautiful. And with the UI, LineageOS 15 also now offers a host of new wallpapers, which they have pulled out their approach from the material design. Now they just have city and landscapes, which I really do like. They look extremely beautiful, but coupled with these icons, it doesn't feel as stock as before. Now let's just also take a look at the Trace Budget launcher, which has been also updated. So if you just go to wallpapers now, you will also get an option for no wallpaper. But let's just go to more settings. You have the grid size, then the icon pack. Going to the more, you have a host of features such as allow edit. So you can change the icon and the name for it if the app is on the home screen. Then you have rotation, then slide down for notifications, and just the normal stuff such as feed integration from Google. Now as all of that is done, let's just hop on to the settings. Now without wasting any more time, as you know, Android 8.1 features, you have newer search settings over here. I will just go down each and every single one of them which have a newer option added over the Android 8.1. So starting with the sounds, you now get custom charging sounds, which I seriously don't know why you would need it. But you can also now unlink ring and notification volumes, which was also available in the earlier versions of the LineageOS. Coming to the navigation, you also can enable a navigation bar now, just like the Pixel Experience ROMs. You can also control the backlight keys of it and everything just works flawless. You can also control a variety of stuff such as your power menu. You can add buttons to it, just like this. There you go, you have a newer power menu shade. Then just the normal stuff which was also available in the 14.1, such as reorienting of the buttons when you just rotate your device. Then you just get the additional buttons if you have a device like OnePlus 5, where you can just swap out the buttons easily. There you go, you can do it. Also for the calls, the ringtone now gradually increases as like before. Also you can now press a volume button to answer the calls, not just the home button, which is also added feature. Now coming to the display, also there are a host of features new over here. But first of all, going to the live display, which is the normal feature that you get in LineageOS 15. You just get your normal features such as outdoor bright sun. Let's just enable that and the device will just explode. You can also control it to automatic for the color temperature depending on the time. And then there is the screen color calibration, where you can't still control the intensity and contrast as of some of the Xiaomi devices such as the Redmi Note 4 and the Mi A1. But you also get reduced white points, so this would actually help if you have an AMOLED device like a OnePlus 5. But LineageOS also can switch between sRGB and P3 color gamuts. Now as OnePlus 5 supports it, it's a device dependent feature. I only got it once to be working. It would take a time to get these features fully working. Ambient display also gets a tweak as the screensaver option has been a bit modified in the Android Oreo, but LineageOS still somehow managed it to just implement it the right way. For example, picking up, hand wave and the pocket mode. Now coming to the gestures, as with stock phones you get jump onto the camera, LineageOS also adds a touchscreen gesture option, where for the devices who support the double tap to wake also support off-screen gestures. For example, if I want to open dialer, I can just lock my device and just swipe 2 fingers and it will unlock my device. Well, if you don't have a lock screen, it will work perfectly. Now coming to the actual performance, it's been just great. Now those who have official builds will also get some of the features such as adjusting the actual performance, and just trust me, the performance that LineageOS 15 offers, I have never seen that kind of performance on any kind of custom ROM for a OnePlus 5. Also the mid-range devices which also support Snapdragon 625 such as this MI-A1 also perform extremely great. Like if you have seen my Oreo review, I just hate that MI-A1's display just lags when you touch. It's still not been fixed, but in custom ROM such as LineageOS 15.1, it just works great. Like literally there is no lag at all. Also the app opening times are pretty quick for a mid-range device. But on OnePlus 5, if you don't already know, on Oxygen OS you tap a app and it opens, but you can't get it on any kind of ROM rather than Oxygen OS. But on LOS 15.1 it just works. There you go, you tap a app and it just opens. It's just that quick. But if you don't want that kind of insane performance, you can always come to battery and performance and just keep it on power save, and it will give you an amazing battery life. But even if you are not satisfied by that, you can turn on extreme power saver or automatic power saver. I plan on using this OS as a daily driver, like literally you are getting the latest version of Android. Now coming to the lock screen and security, as like before, you get normal options where you can enhance the pattern from 3 to 5. But LineageOS also offers smart cover compatibility for the devices who support, such as for S7 Edge, OnePlus 5. But just with the Google Play Protect and Find My Device which has been added into the Android Oreo, LineageOS also has its own LineageOS statistics. As you can see over here, you can toggle it, you can also preview your data. But if you go to the developer options, you can also toggle variety of stuff over here such as advanced restart, then again root access, which can be also controlled over here. Now coming to the status bar, which has been also updated, it is now a bit transparent than before. Going to the quick settings panel, you can just tap a toggle to just remove or add it, which is a pretty nice feature if you have a ton of them, such as in the Resurrection Remix. You get ADB over network and just the normal stuff which you've been getting in LineageOS 14 and the 13, such as directly accessing volume panel, then USB tethering, NFC, caffeine, then the data saver. As you can't actually add normal settings strings into the homepage of the settings, LineageOS has just moved everything into the system. So your normal system profiles which you have been getting since the Lollipop are now in the About Phone section. Then again your buttons, status bar, gestures, everything is just over here. So going to the status bar, you have quick pull down just like before, system icons, brightness slider, nothing new in that. And now as these are official builds, they have also just changed the Easter egg for the LineageOS 15. As you can see, there is no biscuit over here, but then again, even if you expand it, the water is much more worse, I guess. As you can see, there is the Lineage Octopus which is now leaving us. It's pretty cool. It does literally nothing, but LineageOS Octopus is much more live than the stock one. Let me show you that. Here you go, there is the cookie, and this octopus is just kinda sad. I don't know, it just floats downwards. You can also pause and resume downloads just from the normal stock browser. You don't need a Chrome for that. And the normal apps have not been touched at all. Just the icons have been updated. It's just the same story as before. Like literally, I love this audio effects. It really provides extremely good audio for a stock equalizer. But let's just come to the camera. The snap camera has been also updated, but then again, it's just device dependent feature. For example, my MI-A1, it also has the snap camera, but it's just the older one. As you can see, there are your normal features, but OnePlus 5, who has the official night list, you get a newer one. The UI has been a bit more updated. As you can see, you can directly record and capture over here. There is your gallery. You have host of features over here such as color filters, swapping your camera. You have face retouch and just the flash. But you do get a ton of new features just by pressing this 3 button icon. You have a much more newer UI, which is not even that good. Like literally they could fit more stuff over here, but now you have to scroll like 2 pages. I seriously don't get that. But you get HDR Optizoom, which I have not really tried. But there is beige, sunset, candlelight, just your normal features but with a better UI. Now as you can see, there is a portrait mode, but it really does nothing over here rather than just retouching your face over and over. But you do get your blur buster, then sharp photo, tracking focus for the devices who support Pro mode and bokeh. Bokeh really does nothing right now. I guess that feature is broken. Then there is a full-on Pro mode where you can adjust the focus and stuff. Again, amazing. Now let's just go to the normal settings, which also has a newer UI. For example, you can adjust picture quality if you want a better compression. Then you have face detection, storage, video quality. As you can see, for the devices it supports on the MI-A1 without the video stabilization. You can now also select codec. Like literally it provides so many options over here. Even like the audio codec, if you want to record videos like me and have a better audio. You have time lapse, version info. Like literally I'm in love with this ROM. So coming down to the last feature, which would be the recovery. Yes, LineageOS recovery also makes a comeback with the 15.1 and it's much more refined than before. So let's just go there. As you can see, I have enabled the advanced restart. Let's just go to restart. Now let's just go to recovery by holding volume up and power at the same time. There you go, Android 8.1.0, it gives you a better info about the ROM that you have flashed. You can directly apply update, reboot or factory data reset through here. So if you plan on using this as a daily driver, there is no issue at all. You also have a very beautiful LineageOS logo. You also get some info about time and battery. But if you go to advanced, why I'm controlling with volume buttons, it's also touch. You can directly touch over there. You can directly boot to bootloader, mount system, view logs, run graphics tests and just power off your device, which I really like for the simple users. And then the only feature missing over here would be the single-handed mode, which is also best of the Huawei phones. And that's basically it. That's LineageOS 15.1 for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want more videos like this, please subscribe down there and see you in the next one. Peace.